This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The time is 6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Romesh Piris and read by Tilani Piris. The President attends the 10th in the series, Discussion with the Village Programme. A Gazette notification in order to protect endangered plants and species. COVID-19 recoveries exceeds 68,000. New directives to select Samudhi beneficiaries. The opposition charges the government of failing to import COVID-19 vaccines to Sri Lanka. The Archbishop of Colombo nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. And on international news, US urged China to disclose coronavirus data. Sports news, cricket, Sports news, tennis, and Itka clinches Colombo Championship tennis title. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has emphasized that the life in the village, like the village itself, should be beautiful. He further stated that the people living in these villages never destroy the rural environment and that it is the villager who has protected the environment so far. The President made these remarks participating in the 10th in the series of Discussion with the Village program at the Mimure Junior School premises in the Ududumbara Divisional Secretariat Division in the Kandy district. President Rajapaksa, upon his arrival in the Kavala Junior School, opened a smart classroom equipped with computers. The President also participated in the inaugural tour of the newly added bus by the Sri Lanka Transport Board to ply on the Ududumbara Road in Mimure. The President directed that immediate steps be taken to rehabilitate and reactivate the electric fence preventing elephant intrusion and to provide solutions to the land issues in the area promptly. It was advised to rectify the persisting shortage of teachers in the schools in Mimure, Kubuggolla and Kaikavala, and to develop infrastructure facilities including IT rooms and libraries. Moreover, the President instructed the Secretary to the Ministry to examine the issues pertaining to drinking water needs in Pusalla, Kaikavala, Hasalaka and Veragama in the Ududumbara area and provide formal solutions promptly. The number of COVID-19 recoveries recorded in the country has increased to 68,696. The epidemiology unit of the Ministry of Health said 865 patients were discharged during the past 24 hours. The number of COVID-19 cases confirmed in the country increased to 74,852 following the detection of 796 patients yesterday. Accordingly, 5,766 persons are currently receiving treatment for coronavirus at several facilities across the island, while 598 suspected cases are also under medical observation at present. As per the Department of Government Information, the number of COVID-19 related deaths witnessed in Sri Lanka stands at 390 in total. The government has decided to introduce a non-political and transparent program in registering new recipients of the Samudhi allowance. Under this new system, eligible Samudhi beneficiary families who leave the divisional secretariat level for various reasons will be replaced by qualified new families as beneficiaries. The circular has been issued on the 11th. Accordingly, the recruitment of new Samudhi recipients will commence shortly. The provision of relief to the beneficiaries will commence from March 1st, 2021. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
People's Bank introduces the Parinatha Vishrama loan scheme to honour and empower pensioners.
The opposition charges the government of failing to import COVID-19 vaccines to Sri Lanka. Speaking at a function in Lunugam Vihara yesterday, leader of the opposition, MP Sajith Premadasa, said there were concerns pertaining to the current vaccine in the country being unable to treat individuals with the mutated UK virus strain identified. MP Premadasa added that the government has failed to implement a plan for vaccinating all citizens. His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit, Archbishop of Colombo, has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for the second time this year. Nominations for the Nobel Peace Prize for 2021 closed on January 31st. National politicians and some university professors can nominate candidates for the Nobel Peace Prize, which will be awarded in December. There were 318 candidates for the Nobel Peace Prize for 2020, of which 211 were individuals and the rest were organizations. The inauguration ceremony of fundraising for the restoration of Digavapi Stupa was held under the patronage of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the Sambodhi Vihara in Colombo 7 recently. During the ceremony, Commander of the Navy Vice Admiral Nishanta Uluge Thanna handed over a cheque for 5 million rupees to the President to restore the pagoda. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa inaugurated the Digavapi Stupa restoration project on November 11th, 2020. The renovation work is currently underway through the Presidential Task Force for Archaeological Heritage Management in the Eastern Province under the guidance of the Chief Prelate of the Digavapi Temple, Venerable Mahaoya Sobhita Thera. That ends local news for now.
People's Bank introduces the Parinatha Vishrama loan scheme to honor and empower pensioners.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Minister of Environment, Mahinda Amaravira, says that 21 of the 35 plants and animals declared endangered last year were endemic to Sri Lanka. The minister made this revelation at a meeting with the representatives of environmental rights groups, scientists and media personnel held recently. Speaking at the meeting, individuals present said such a threat of extinction was looming over certain animal species and plants such as the Crudia zelandnica due to authorities failing to fulfill their duty. Minister Amaravira requested groups present to compile a list of animals and plants that are at threat of extinction, adding he will subsequently issue a gazette notification in order to protect such animals and plant species. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
On Watch Light this evening, the police spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana reminded the people to be vigilant of fake messages circulating on Valentine's Day today, asking them to make cash deposits in order to get a gift that has been sent by their loved ones delivered. The DIG said a gang of criminals were operating the scam, aiming the Valentine's Day. That came to you in Watch Light.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines first. The US urges China to disclose coronavirus data. Magnitude 7.3 earthquake hits northeastern Japan. New Zealand's biggest city ordered into lockdown after the discovery of 3 new COVID-19 cases. The United States has urged China to make available its data from the earliest days of the coronavirus outbreak in the country. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, releasing a statement, said that the U.S. has deep concerns and questions about the way the findings of the World Health Organization's investigation into the origins of the coronavirus were communicated. Experts from the WHO completed their probe from January 29th to February 10th in the Chinese city of Wuhan. The statement said it is imperative the report be independent, with expert findings free from intervention or alteration by the Chinese government. A magnitude of 7.3 earthquake struck northeastern Japan last night. No tsunami warning was issued, but more than 120 people have been reported injured. Japan's meteorological agency believes this was an aftershock from the massive earthquake that hit the region in 2011. The large quake on Saturday night was followed by a series of jolts coming from off the coast of Fukushima Prefecture. Officials are calling on people to remain on the alert for further aftershocks. New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has ordered the country's biggest city, Auckland, to go into lockdown after the discovery of 3 new local cases of COVID-19. The measures will last 3 days and require residents to stay at home. Ms. Ardern said the country was going hard and early after the cases were identified. Back to the world news headlines. The US urges China to disclose coronavirus data. Magnitude 7.3 earthquake hits northeastern Japan. New Zealand's biggest city ordered into lockdown after the discovery of 3 new COVID-19 cases. That ends World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
And on development news, an agreement was signed to locally produce and procure insulators needed for electric fences that mitigate the human-elephant conflict in the presence of State Ministers Prasanna Ranavira and Vimalavira Dissanayake. Insulators required for the construction of electric fences as elephant barriers have been imported from New Zealand, China and several other countries, spending massive amounts of foreign exchange. It has been reported that the country has spent nearly 1,000 million rupees to import insulators from these countries. That's the development news. Coming up, sports news. Tennis, Annika clinches Colombo Championship tennis title. The 105th Colombo Championship Super A-grade tennis tournament 2020 at the Sri Lanka Tennis Association playing section clay courts in Colombo saw Annika Selviratne of Ladies College clinching and coveted Women's Open Singles title when she beat Savini Jasuria 7-5, 3-6, 6-3. This is the second time Selviratne, the reigning Sri Lanka women's tennis champion, won the Colombo Championship women's singles title. Meanwhile, Vibhuda Vijay Bandara and Savit Veerasinghe won the men's doubles title, beating Tehan Vijayamane and Chaturya Nilavira in the final to score 6-7, 7-1, 6-4, 10-7. Moving on with cricket, in the second test in Dhaka, West Indies to Bangladesh, a total of 17 wickets fell across 2 innings. Tamim Iqbal made a stroke-filled 44-ball half-century, and West Indies captain Craig Bathwaite turned out to be one of the unlikely bowling heroes on a day dominated by spinners as West Indies held on for a 13-run win to seal the series 2-0. That ends sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Mars Holdings was honoured for its efforts towards a national initiative to reduce plastic waste at the recently concluded inaugural annual award ceremony organised by EcoSpindles Private Limited. The award recognises Mars Creda's innovative incorporation of fabric produced by yarn sourced from recycled PET bottles by the local recycled yarn vendor to manufacture Creda's trademark high-end sportswear. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news. Courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
A new and integral step-by-step procedure developed by the Department of Commerce of Sri Lanka was launched as an enhanced feature of the Sri Lanka Trade Information Portal of Colombo recently. The new one-stop shop features developing within the framework of the EU-Sri Lanka Trade-Related Assistance Project funded by the European Union with the technical support of the International Trade Centre is said to enormously benefit Sri Lankan traders by providing transparent and up-to-date trade-related information in an interactive, user-friendly platform. With the launch of the new functionality, traders will now have access to a wealth of information at their fingertips. That came to you in economic news.
Hello, Puta, did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And to conclude the weather report, the Meteorological Department forecasts few showers in the eastern province. The department says showers or thunder showers are likely at a few places in the Sabaragamuwa, Uva and southern provinces and in the Nuwara district during the evening or night. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central Sabaragamuwa and Uva provinces and in the Gaul and Matara districts during the morning. That was the weather report. And now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. The President attends the 10th in the series Discussion with the Village program, a gazette notification in order to protect endangered plants and species. COVID-19 recoveries exceeds 68,000. New directives to select Samudhi beneficiaries. The opposition charges the government of failing to import COVID-19 vaccines to Sri Lanka. The Archbishop of Colombo nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. And on international news, US urged China to disclose coronavirus data. And on sports news, tennis, Annika clinches Colombo Championship tennis title. That ends this news broadcast. And now it's back to my good friend as well as yours, Mario Vijayavardhana, on a Sunday evening as usual. Back to you, Mario.